I wanted to start with chessmates. Never heard of this. This apparently teaches you how to play chess, like moves and strategies and stuff. I wanted to try it specifically because I was playing the System Shock reboot recently, and you go to the Delta Groves, and in order to get this really good item, you're meant to like win a game of chess, and I just got my ass handed to me. I am just like, I'm okay with like regular players, but when it comes to AI, it's just, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. So just kind of want to learn some things about chess. And yeah, this seemed to be the best way to do it. Like, don't bother with Chess Master or anything like that. Let's get something for the kiddies. And window capture's not working again. Fucking hell. Like, I tested this before we started. And yeah, there we go.
Greetings and incantations. Prepare yourselves for an intriguing journey
should turn that
into
down a
one
bit
of
too.
the world's oldest games. Welcome to...
So yeah, like, if you can teach me chess, give me like a magical wizard.
I am Wigby, the Wizard of Chess. This
Wigby,
is...
okay. Alright, the animation. Oh, the animation's really good, actually. Oh, and the staffs. I wander the wand. Okay.
This is Wanda, my assistant. Get back here, you big ham.
I'm sorry for the background noise. It's fucking freezing today, so I got the heater on.
Rugby, my faithful carpet. Take a bow, Rugby.
Yep. Oh, I thought he was going to do it while he was standing on him and dump him into the void. Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Now it's time to find out who you are. Type in your name, and I'll introduce you to the secrets of the world's finest game.
Yeah, cool.
Wonderful to meet you.
Yeah, cheers,
It's
man.
my pleasure to be your guide. Now, let's get into the thick of it.
Yeah, awesome.
If you're new to the mysterious world of chess, select the Learn option. If you already know who all the pieces are and what each one can do, you can learn some special maneuvers by selecting the Puzzles option. I'll show you a few of the reliable tactics that made me the chess wizard I am today. Or, if you'd like, select
Is he
Play,
like blind, deaf, and dumb, like
right
the
into a terrific
pinball
game
wizard?
of chess.
Does he play based by sense of smell? That'd be nice. Now let's go right into it. Let's say we know nothing about chess and do some learning.
Well, I believe it's time to take a closer look at your kingdom. And while I share with you my knowledge of this mysterious game, you will use the gray pieces. Your worthy
not the black and white
will be
ones.
using the red pieces.
Oh, look at the cute little faces on them too. I love the rooks. The rooks are looking away just to say, I want nothing to do with this game. Never going to take us out of the back row anyway.
Let's learn chess from the beginning, shall we? A little history to get us started. To see how chess has evolved from ancient
We have to
times,
learn how to play
we would
Risk.
have to travel to ancient India to find the roots of the game, and then pass through Persia, the Arab world, and medieval Europe to see how it became the game we play today.
Alright.
And this is the place where it all happens, the chessboard. It sets the stage for a battle between two kingdoms. In each kingdom, there's the king, the queen, the bishops, the knights, the rooks, and the pawns. Now, the object here is to force your opponent to surrender his king. This is no easy task. To do this, you have to know how to move your pieces about the board And, of course, being the chess wizard I am, I'll be showing you the moves that will make you a chess master. To move a piece, click on the piece itself. Keep the button pressed and drag it onto another
that's right.
square.
Yeah, you've got to simulate
Then
picking up the
release
pieces.
the mouse button.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Good job! You've got
I might
the
even
idea.
do that. I'll see if I can turn
Now,
down the
if you need
DPI on my
my
mouse.
advice
No, that's
when
way
it's
too
time
fast.
To make a move, just click on Wonder, Rugby,
Yeah,
or
that seems to be better.
myself,
I just have
and
to
I'll
remember
be
to turn it
happy
up when
to
I'm
help.
playing like real games.
Now, let's learn about the pieces, starting
Sorry,
with
modern games,
the
not
king.
real games. Fucking hell. Yeah, let's continue. Do you wanna? No, where'd my mouse go? Do I just press Y? Okay, I'll just press Y. Right. Yes, that chessboard certainly looked filthy.
Ah! This is the king. In ancient chess, this
Don't
piece
get
was
me
called
killed.
the Shah. And since chess is the game of kings, this is the most important piece on the board. Wanda, don't embarrass me.
It's a sassy ass wand.
Now, the king is an important piece for two reasons. First, the game ends when he is surrounded and forced to submit to the opposing side. Sorry, old man, but it happens to the best of us. Second, the king can move in any direction he chooses, but only one square at a time. Regal and versatile. This is a chess piece with a real attitude.
Yeah, I just thought
No,
of what
not
the art style
attitude.
reminds me of too. It does have like a little bit of a Zerbinis vibe, I
Forgive me,
reckon.
Your Highness. I meant a chess piece with a real purpose. So, let's have a look. From his present position, the king can move here. Or here. And here. No wonder.
Oh, this is-
I'm
I've, like,
certain
never
His
heard of this
Majesty
game.
does not want to boogie.
Because yeah, like I
Now
played
you
chess.
try.
I didn't get obsessed with
Move
chess
the
when I was
king
young,
To here.
but yeah, no, it's interesting.
Excellent. Nice move. How about here?
Sorry, wizard, I'm trying to drink my coffee, mate. Chuck him there. All right.
Move the king around by yourself a few times. Click on the scroll in the corner when you are finished.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we know how king moves. Click on me.
Move the king around by yourself a few times.
Oh, you want me to do it first? Okay. Can I? Yeah, there we go. Is it going to catch me
Hold
for
on
cheat?
there.
Yeah,
The king
okay,
can
we'll call you
only
out for
move
cheating.
one square at a time, remember?
Yeah, alright, alright. No, you want me, there we go. Grab the king. Right, yeah, I think we know how king works. I'm glad he's wearing something under that robe too, by the way. King capture.
Now let's talk about how the king captures opposing pieces. In chess, you capture your opponent's pieces by moving onto the same square they are on. Remember, the king can only move one square at a time. Therefore, the king can only capture an opposing piece located right next to him. You see, the king usually has his followers do the capturing for him. Isn't that right, Your Majesty? This red pawn is on one of the squares that the king can move to. So, His Excellency simply moves into the square the pawn occupies and voila!
Oh, there's even like
the
little
pawn
capture
is
moves
gone.
and stuff. Animations for the capturing. That's cool.
Bravo! I like
Because
that.
yeah, I was tempted to
Now
do
you try.
battle chess to
Go
show it
ahead.
off, but
Take
because
the
there's a
pawn.
couple of different iterations of it. But Yeah, I just thought they seem to be a little too mainstream compared to this. We'll probably cover them like further down the track, I reckon. Yeah, let's keep going. Oh, yeah?
Here, Wanda, we have the Rook. The Rook is shaped like the tower on a castle and looks like it's made of bricks. This is one solid piece of chess equipment. No, Wanda, I don't
I just wanted to talk like an adult in Charlie Brown.
The Rook is supposed to be a heavy-duty mover. He plows across the board both vertically and horizontally. He can move any number of squares along the ranks. Those are the squares running up and down. Or the files, which are the squares running sideways. So, he could move to here if he wanted. Then, on his next
And they
move,
even put in like little idle animations. I can see like the little tassel on the carpet like dangling and flapping around every now and then.
And from here, he could move to all of these squares. But even the Rook has his limits. For example, he can't move or jump over anybody in his path. No, it is not a weight problem, Wanda. It's all muscle, I assure you.
Did he just say it was made of brick?
For instance, if the king were in the way, the Rook could not move past the king. Now you give it a try.
Yeah, all right.
Move the Rook around yourself, while Rugby and I get comfortable. Click on the scroll in the corner when you are finished.
All right. Okay. Moving there. Come all the way back down. There you go. And over that way. Yeah, all right.
Good. You're definitely getting the hang of it. Now, try this. Take as many moves as you like to move the Rook to here.
Oh, just two then. All right. And there.
Very nice indeed. Now, how about this? Take as many moves as you like to move the Rook to here, but only move the Rook.
Yeah, okay. Straightforward. What is that hand cursor though? It's a little creepy looking. It's like maybe it's the wizard's hand itself. It's all like skinny and decrepit.
All righty. Very good.
Because I think, yeah, I'm just worried this whole... If we're only going to do like half an hour of this, that might be like just the whole lesson side of it. We don't learn any strategies. I'm just glad this is like, you know, cool animation, digitized speech, all that sort of thing.
All you need to do is move your piece onto the opponent's square. Allow me to demonstrate.
And like, yeah, the audio is actually really good on this too. You don't get that weird compression from like shithouse mics like other games.
That, Wanda, my dear, is the magic of animation. Now it's your turn, friend. Let's see if you can sink that pawn. Capture the opposing pawn with your Rook.
Yeah, okay.
You've done it. That's one pawn for you. All right. I think it's time we move on to the bishop.
Yeah, next lesson. Bishop
Our
lesson.
next piece stands on either side of the king and queen, like an advisor. This is the traditional position for someone who is acting as an advisor to the court. Good day, Your Excellency. Yes, well, the bishop moves along the diagonals.
Yeah, okay.
So, if he moves here, he can cover a lot of
The
territory.
wizard's making me want to scratch
This
myself as well. I'm
enables him
getting
to get
weird
rather
itches.
up close and personal. Watch how he can sneak in between opposing pieces. But the bishop has his limitations too. Just like the rook, the bishop has to stop if he encounters another piece along his path. The bishop moves along the diagonals. The light square bishop moves along the light squares. And the dark square bishop moves along the dark squares. Now try.
Yeah, I know I've done that shit ton playing chess, like thinking I'm able to capture someone with a specific bishop and going, oh crap, I grabbed the wrong one. He can't get to the black squares. Right, move a bishop, play with the bishop. Yeah, straightforward. You can go back there. Okay, that's all we need to do. That's good. Yeah, it's got like just enough interactivity to kind of like keep you in there.
Bishop captures. To capture a piece, the bishop simply moves onto the opponent's square. Watch this. Wonderful! Now let's see you capture a rook with your bishop.
Yeah, okay. Capture the rook. Ah, hang on. Gotta get him right on the square. There we go.
Excellent move! You've captured a rook with your bishop.
No, that's cool. Alright.
And now we're ready to move on to the most powerful piece on the board.
The queen. Yes, queen.
Although the king is the most important chess piece, he is not the most powerful one. Remember, he only moves one square at a time. No, the real powerhouse on the chessboard is the queen. Yes, Wanda, we know she's your favorite. So,
Sip.
what exactly makes the queen so powerful? Is it her wit? Her charm? Her razor-like mind? You're absolutely right, Wanda. It's because of her agility. She has the best moves on the board. Let me show you. The queen combines the powers of the rook and the bishop. In other words, she can move in a straight line or diagonally in any direction. So the queen can move to here, or she can move down the diagonals to here.
Oh, it's cool they go on the,
And she can move over to here.
it goes in the direction.
And then glide up over to here.
Yeah, I would have been spoilt if I played this game. The only real chess game I had was, one of the chess masters. No, I think the OG chess master on, Game Boy. OG Game Boy.
We know she's your hero, Wanda, but alas, she
And
has
obviously,
her
yeah,
limitations
like
too.
chess sets. Every
Just
nerdy
like
kid's
the
got
rooks and bishops
a chess set
whose
tucked away
powers she
somewhere.
combines, the queen
I haven't
must stop
actually-
when she reaches another
No, mine's
piece
packed
along
up.
the path.
I love the one, like, my mum got me one where it was,
Now, it's your
thinking of
turn.
like Aztecs versus
Take as many
conquistadors
moves as you like
with like
to
nice
move
little
the queen
painted terracotta
to
ones.
Here.
Yeah, still a pretty good set.
The queen is powerful, but she has to move in a straight line, either along the ranks and files or along the diagonals.
Oh, sorry, no, I goofed that up. Yeah. There we go.
Terrific. You've got the idea.
Actually, no, the wizards kind of reminded me a little bit
Now,
of
let's take a look at
Grandpa
the queen
Pickles from
in action.
Rugrats as well. It's got a bit of that to him. Yeah, it's like he's got the same shaped head, but just with the mustache.
She is
Yeah.
also the most dangerous piece on the board. Let's watch as she captures an opposing piece.
Bloody chess and their woke propaganda making the Queen the Mary Sue. Yeah.
Yes, that knight was little match for her. Now you give it a try. Use the queen to capture the red rook.
Yeah, okay. Ah, yeah, maybe
Very
they're going
good.
with,
Now you can see just
like an Alice in
how
Wonderland
powerful a
vibe,
piece
because,
the queen
yeah,
really
the
is.
pieces
Okay,
in that
Wanda,
were meant to be
give
red
her
and
a round
grey.
of applause.
Hey, Dapper, here you go, mate.
Next,
Just learn
we
how to play
turn
some
to
chess,
the
'cause I'm shit at chess.
Grey Knight.
Yep, alright, next lesson. Right, knights. Yeah, these
This
tricky
is
ones.
the knight. Think of this piece as
On
part of
Twitch
the
hangout,
king's
so I got you in the
cavalry.
background. No, that's all good, mate. Work as much as you want. Alright.
The knight has the most distinctive
Looks like he was scared of my
move in chess.
cursor. Yeah,
He always
I get you,
moves
horsey.
3 squares at a
Get ya.
time, but not in a row. All right, that's enough, Wanda.
Okay.
From where he is now, the knight can move to all of these squares. Now, let's see the L-shaped movement.
Yeah,
The
okay.
knight begins by moving 2 squares away from himself, and then 1 square to the side.
Yeah, it's cool that they've like
And
They-
the
they've
knight
even,
can
like,
do
simplified
this
the language for the
L-shaped
kiddies
move
as well.
In any direction. Watch one more time. The knight moves 2 squares away from himself, and then 1 square to the side. And
Yep.
now, here's something very interesting. You see, the knight can do something no other piece can. No, Wanda. not
have sex
that.
with Catherine the
He
Great.
can
No.
jump over other pieces.
Oh, I've got it sitting there
Watch
too.
closely.
Yeah, the last
The knight
movie
can
for
jump over
the
this pawn
Venture
to
Brothers
get
has
to
just
where
come
he's
out,
going.
and I have to like go back through like the rest of it before I start it, because yeah, like I've been looking forward to that for ages. It's a little
Bravo,
disappointing
bravo.
they didn't have time to do a full season. Yeah, like they got cancelled after 7th season, and the movie's
Now
meant to like
it's
finish all
your
the story
turn.
plot.
Move the
Plot
knight
lines.
from here
But
to here.
yeah, no, looking forward to getting into that. Just gotta get through The Simpsons
Excellent.
first. I got like 10
Now,
seasons
move
of
your
The
knight
Simpsons
to
sitting
any
there.
of these squares.
Been a little nostalgic for The Simpsons for some reason. Alright,
Bravo! You've definitely got it.
I think so. We gonna get to capture him? Alright, night capture.
Let's watch the knight capture another piece. Now, a knight
Look at that smug
cannot
little
capture a
pawn
piece it jumps
sitting
over.
there.
The knight must land on the piece
That's
to
got
capture
potential
it.
for an emoticon as well.
Here goes the pawn.
Whoop! Off he pops.
That red rook is just sitting there. Go ahead and take the rook with your knight.
Well, don't I have to wait for his? Doesn't he get a turn to move out of the way? Isn't that how
Good
chess
shot.
works? You're supposed to be telling chess to the kids properly, Mr.
Let's
Wizard.
see if you can use your knight to capture all the red pieces on the board. Take as many moves as you like.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, we can get him instantly. Great. And then we go here, then here to get bishop. Cool. And then we can go here and here to get the rook. Yeah. Can you
Good
stop?
work. You've got them
Like-
all.
I know you got something under your robe, mate, but I can still
Now,
see your balls through
onto
the
the
through
pawn.
the red trackies. Right, we're at least getting through this. Yeah, God, we're at half an hour on this already. Bloody hell. Might have to extend it to 45 just to show off. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I'll always try and do half an hour on a regular game, but if I enjoy it, I'll extend the time out a little bit.
The common man of chess. Simple, but proud. Pawns provide the first line of protection for the king and the other pieces. Well, yes, Wanda. The pawns are like loyal guards. It's their job to serve the other pieces and protect them from being captured, even if that means putting themselves in front of the opponent. Pawns are focused and determined. When they move, they can only move forward. Now let's get to know the pawn a little bit more personally, shall we?
Well, I'm not taking it out for
As
drinks.
you can tell, the pawn is a pretty likable guy. And he's anxious to get to work, isn't that right? Normally, the pawn moves forward one square at a time, like this. Why don't you give it a try? Move the pawn forward a square.
Yeah, okay.
Good job. This is a simple move, but there is more that the pawn can do. On a pawn's very first move, he can move either one or two squares forward. You see, they're so anxious they can sprint out of their starting spot an extra square if they want.
They're ready to die.
This speeds up the start of the game and gives the pawns a little more active power. Watch.
Yeah, good way to get them in a little defensive line.
To move two squares on their first move, and one chose just one square. But in any event, once the pawn has made his first move, he can only move one square at a time for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, good way to show it off too. Alright.
Now, let's give you a shot at moving the pawns yourself. Move the pawns all you like. Click on the scroll in the corner when you are done.
Yeah, awesome. Alright, so you can go 2, you can go 1, you can go 2, no, hang on, I can't quite grab you. You can go 1. There we go.
Terrific! Now, let's check out the special way in which a pawn captures another piece. The pawn is the only piece that moves differently when it is capturing than it does when it's just moving to another square. The pawn moves diagonally one square when he is capturing. The pawn can capture diagonally in either direction.
Yep.
The pawn can only capture in this way. If an opposing piece lies directly in front of the pawn, it is safe.
So,
Now
I want to
try
capture.
capturing with the pawn. Move the pawn and see how many pieces you can capture.
Oh, this is how you know you're playing with an idiot. Have someone, yeah, put their queen so they can get captured by a pawn.
The queen. Now what?
Ah, now we can capture the knight.
All right. You ended up with a knight to go along with your queen. Not a bad day's work for a humble pawn, wouldn't you agree? Woo-hoo, I'm a little parched from all this talking. Excuse me.
Who leaves an open glass of water in their fridge though? That's weird.
All the pieces now, but before we can get down to actual gameplay, let me take a moment.
I suppose it's not as bad as the people who like
elements of the game.
leave their like half-finished cup of coffee in the fridge to then be microwaved later. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy right there. How hard is it to boil a kettle? Just make a fresh cup.
The board is the field on which you move your pieces. Both sides face each other, like in a football game. And just like a football field has 2 end zones, our chessboard has 2 backfields.
They're trying to rope the jock kids in. Okay.
If the board is facing the correct way, if the squares in the lower left and upper right corners are dark squares.
Yeah, that's good to know as well, because you obviously want to set the board up properly. You're not exactly, like if you want to play a physical game IRL, you got to make sure it's set up right.
You need to protect. Next up is the queen. The queen is your star running back. Her position is right beside the king. Then there are the bishops.
Yeah, I'll have to check to see if you can do that, because you could probably play like a legit game of chess on this and do like pass and play, like sit with your mate at the computer and just take your turns.
These fellows are a great asset to any lineup because they can leap out ahead and get a jump on the other team. The last members of the backfield are the Rooks. These citadels of power take the ends of the backfield with undeniable strength, ready to sprint downfield if needed like a good tight end. Last, but certainly not least, the linemen of our game, the pawns. These guys do the blocking and open up the field for the rest of the game, just like the front line of a football team. So, that's it. This is how the board is set up for a new game. Let's go through it again together, okay? Put the king on his starting square.
We have to set it up. Okay. All right, so he's on black square.
And the opposing king takes his place directly across the field.
Yeah, because it was definitely like...
Place the queen in her starting position.
I know a lot of people, like you could put grid coordinates on here and play chess by mail. That used to be a thing.
The king did. Notice that each queen is on her own color square. That's the way she likes it, and that's what she gets. After all,
yes, queen.
She is the queen. Next are the first of the advisors to the royalty, the bishops.
The bishops. Okay, you go there.
Good. Now the other one.
All right.
Next up are the trusted knights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more.
Yeah, it's always fun, like, trying to teach younger kids how to play chess, I think. No, I never did. Like, I had young cousins, and I think... we just played checkers. They were a bit young for chess, but...
Terrific.
No, that's right. There was a Blue episode recently where the dad's trying to teach them to play chess, and they do the standard kids things like, okay, these are pawns, dear. Oh, prawns. Yeah, like that was always the nickname, and yeah, they always called the knights horsies because they were horse-shaped, and yeah, also cute.
Let's continue, and we'll check out what it means to place your opponent in check.
Oh, yeah. So now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of the game. The object in chess is to force the surrender of your opponent's king. You can never actually capture the king directly, the way you can with other pieces, but you can be in a position that threatens to capture him. Whenever one of your pieces is in a position that would capture your opponent's king on the next move, we say you've put the other king in check. Let me show you. Your
bishop to this square and place the red king in check.
Yep. Okay.
Your bishop is now in a position where he could take the red king on his next move. Or, in other words, the red king is in check. Your opponent now has 3 options. First of all, he can try and capture the piece that threatens his king.
Yep. Easy enough to do.
Or he can block the attack by moving another piece in between the king and his attacker. Or the king can simply move out of the way to escape check. But your
I would have put him behind the pawn if anything, but
something that removes his king from check.
I can't say anything about being good at chess. Like, yeah, System Drop did prove that I was shit at chess.
Game now, wouldn't it? For example, if your opponent tried to move his knight, he would leave the king open to capture, and you would win the game on the next
No, that's
move.
right. I played a few games of chess with matey on Tabletop Simulator.
You are forcing him to make a protective move on his
That was
next turn.
we seem to be pretty evenly matched as well, which is good.
Protecting his king.
Yeah, it's like most things. You want to be on an even keel with your opponent. You don't want to play against someone who's like, just impossible to beat.
Piece de resistance, the checkmate, where all your cunning and skill come together.
All right. I like he has to consult the book every time. Like, the whole point of chess is just knowing all the rules off by heart before you play. So you don't have. Actually, no, there are like some tricky rules that
managed to checkmate your opponent.
people get thrown on.
Take a look at this situation, for instance. Move your bishop here.
Yeah, like they're probably going to say something about castling, which is a valid move, but it does kind of like break the rules of the other stuff. Right, so we can, checkmate. There's no way they can get out of that.
Has the red king in check, but there's nothing he can do. There are no pieces that can be moved in the way of the attack, and there is no piece that can capture the bishop. The red king has run out of options. If he moves here, he is still in check, because then the queen would get him. And he can't move here either, because then both the queen and the bishop would put him in check. In this case, your opponent's king has been checkmated, and you automatically win the game.
Yep, great.
So, let's see
Yeah,
what
I'm vaguely remembering
here.
I had like I used to get my parents used to get me like little
You
paperback
can
books
your opponent
to
in one move.
for like long car
Can
trips
you
and
find
stuff.
that move?
I do remember having a little book teaching you like how to, just chess, the whole thing of chess, like pretty much like this. So how do we threaten the king? I think you got to put it there.
This puts the king in check,
Yeah,
all right.
that's right.
But it doesn't checkmate him. He still has places he can move to safely. Try again.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I can't put it there because he could just move there. Have to go. Ah, okay. No, this is a little tricky. Do we get hints on this? Because I know we could do that, but then he'd just get captured. Oh, that actually counted? Ah.
Excellent.
Ah, no,
You have
no.
every avenue
Even
of
if he does
escape for
capture,
the
he's
king
still
covered
blocked by
with
the
your
bishop.
queen.
Yeah.
And
All
your
right.
bishop prevents the king from removing your queen.
We'd
because
learnt
that
from the
would
hidden
also
object
place
game
him
I
in
played
check.
last night that I miss like small attentions to detail sometimes.
All right. Now, there is another way the game can end. It is called a stalemate.
Yeah, we've learned about Stalemates, I guess.
Look at this case. Here, the Red King isn't in check, but there's nothing left for him to do. Anywhere he moves, he is in check. So, your opponent is unable to move his king, because it would place him in check. And his only other piece can't move because it's blocked. This is called a stalemate. And in this situation, nobody wins or loses. The game is considered a tie. Sometimes, if you have been completely overwhelmed by your opponent, a stalemate is the best you can hope for. And while we're on the subject of tie games, take a look at this situation. The only pieces remaining are the kings from each side. This is not a stalemate, because both players can still move safely. But without any other pieces to use, it's impossible to put the other king in check, without putting yourself in check too. Neither side can win in this case.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Like, tied game is called
maybe, but it's I'm gonna have to play System Shock again and find out if I can win on a stalemate.
But there are some special moves that can be made under unique circumstances that you should learn about. The first of which is a move called castling.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna cover that, which is nice. Alright, let's learn about castling.
Castling is
I think once we get through all the lessons, we might leave it there. Like, obviously they're going to teach us strategies and stuff like that, but I just don't want you to see how bad I am at chess. We'll save that for another day. I get a little bit of training in this, and then we'll move on to like battle chess or chess master or something like that.
The king and the rook are on their starting squares, and neither one has moved yet. There are no pieces between them since they've all been moved out of the way. Under these conditions, the king can move 2 squares toward the rook, and the rook then moves to the other side of the king, like this. This is castling. Castling can be performed with either the left or the right rook. In this case, we castled with the king's rook, sometimes called a short castle. We could also do it using the queen's rook instead, like this. The same rules apply when we castle on this
move
side.
to one side, move to the other side, yeah. I didn't realise you could do it with the left rook. There you go. Learning something. This is an educational program.
And the rook moves to the other side of the king. When we castle on the queen's side, it is called a long castle. Pretty slick trick. And it's often a good move to protect your king and open up your rook.
I'm trying to remember I think it was Luke Pickles in Rugrats.
Some restrictions apply.
That'll probably be the name of the video. Just
if the king,
Wizard Luke Pickles teaches chess.
Square in between is threatened by an opposing piece. The entire area
I prefer him to teach me a bit. No, just show me the movie Lonely Space Victims. That sounded intriguing. Yeah, alright.
Just move the king 2 squares to the right, and the rook will move on its own.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. And on the computer, the rook moves automatically. Of course, if you were playing on a regular chessboard, you would have to move the rook to the other side of the king yourself. Let's look at another special move, one that affects the most valiant and daring pawns.
Oh yeah, that's the one of you get them to the end and they can change into another piece. I don't know what the term is for that either. What's it called? Promotion. There you go.
Pawns can only move forward. That is their lot in life. But all of this hard work can pay off if the pawn manages to make it all the way across the board to the final rank.
Look at that
If a
smug
pawn
fucker.
makes it this far, I'd say he deserves a promotion, wouldn't you? The player can choose to promote the pawn to a knight, or a bishop, or a rook, or a queen. Most often, the player will choose to promote the pawn to a queen, because that's the most powerful piece on the board.
Yeah, you'd
If
only want
another pawn should make
to change
the
it to a
final
knight or
rank,
something if,
that
yeah,
pawn
that
can
would
become
work.
a queen too. So, you can have several queens at your disposal. Now you're talking about a lot of power. You see, you should never underestimate your pawns or take them for granted. They could become very valuable under the right conditions. Why don't you try promoting this pawn yourself? Go ahead and move him up to the final rank.
Yeah, cool. Huh?
Select the type of piece you would like your pawn to become.
Yeah, let's make him a knight.
Wonderful.
Just to defy convention a little
Now,
bit.
let's look at another special move of the pawn.
Oh, there's more? Oh. What's the other one? Promotion? Yeah, I'm trying to think what else you can do. Oh, passant. Okay. Oh, yeah, I
Probably the
vaguely remember this
strangest
one.
Special move is called en passant. That means in passing, and it only applies to pawns. Now, as you know, the pawn can move 2 squares forward on his very first turn. If, in doing so, he moves right next to an opposing pawn, the opposing pawn can capture that piece en passant. That is, in
okay.
passing. You can only make
Yeah.
an en passant capture immediately after your opponent has moved alongside your pawn on his first move. If you don't capture the piece at that time, you give up the opportunity to use this special
Oh, and that's an
move.
optional thing
Let's
too.
take an example. Say it's
Yeah, no,
Red's
this
turn
is
to
this
move.
is the one you
And he
you
moves
don't tell
here.
the kids so you can still fucking win.
You think you see an
I'm sorry,
opportunity to
child. Did you
threaten
not
the
hear
red
of en
rook.
passant?
So you take your option to move your pawn 2 spaces for its opening move.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you only
but
move
you
one, you can still
forgot
get
about
captured
en passant.
as well. Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, your opponent didn't, and you lose your pawn as he moves in behind it.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's an official or
Let's
like
say that it's
like a
Red's
house
turn,
rule. The whole
and
thing with
he's
like
worried about your queen's attack.
if you get
on
fined
his
in
rook.
Monopoly, you
So
put the money
he
in the
thinks he
middle, and if
might
you land on
block
free
it by
parking, you
moving
get that
his
money.
pawn up 2 squares. But you realize that you can capture him en passant. Go ahead and do that now.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, I
see
guess
the
that's a
legal
strategy
moves
as
for a
well.
piece, hold down the Shift key and click on the piece in question.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's
Go.
a legal move, but it is not an en passant capture. You must move your pawn to the square directly behind your opponent's pawn.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute.
Ooh, good job! You've
So it
captured
works
your
diagonally
opponent
as well.
en passant,
I didn't realize you could
and
do
it
that.
looks like his plans to block your queen's attack are foiled as a result.
Huh. Well, there you go. Yeah, because I thought you could. It was meant to be a sideways
Well,
capture
well,
anyway.
You've been through the moves and rules you need to know. I'd say this achievement is worthy of a certificate.
Oh, nice. We got a certificate. Woo! Awesome. Okay. No, that's cool.
Now
I like
you are
that.
ready to solve some fun chess puzzles and learn about tactics.
Yeah, alright. No, that's cool. It took us like, you know, holy shit, nearly an hour to get through the lessons, but no, that was cool. This is definitely worth looking into. We'll leave it there though.
I'm watching Death Sandals video, by the way. That's who the person is. So if you want to watch a full playthrough, Death Sandals,